Okay, there we go. We fixed it on the fly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me fix this audio. It seems like it's going to be very loud. We drop it down to 2.5. Or minus 2.5. There we go. How's this one working, everybody? I finally got it. We are a professional organization up in here. Someone give me some feedback. Okay, fixed. Yes. We need some victory fanfare. And that is our celebration. Now, okay, because I cut myself 5 minutes short trying to fix all this broken stuff, it never occurred to me that everyone was telling me that the latest Windows update broke audio sources in OBS. My first time streaming since I updated, so yeah. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? It is the one and only Q here, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. PlayStation State of Play. What are we going to see here today? It's mostly focused on PlayStation 4 third-party stuff and PlayStation VR. I thought my headset wasn't turned on for a second. No first-party stuff, so there will be some PlayStation 4 stuff, will be some PlayStation 5 stuff, but there will not be any first-party stuff or business-related decisions. No price or release date, basically, and no first-party stuff. So we're not going to see remasters or patch announcements or whatever it is. Now, at this point, what's left for PS4? There's very little that I can think of that they could announce as a big one in here. I think most of this stuff will be just highlighting what's already coming later this year that we already know about, or that's just going to talk a little bit more about what we know is coming but we don't officially know. Call of Duty, for example, they might announce the next new Call of Duty. We know it's coming this year. We know it's coming, but they might finally give it a reveal or an announcement or something in State of Play like this. Crash 4 will probably be on here. Cyberpunk 2077 will be on here. Watch Dogs Legion should probably be on here. I imagine Far Cry 6 will still be on here. It's this kind of stuff is what I'm expecting. One or two other small possible announcements for PSVR, but overall I'm expecting nothing major in what we're going to see here anyway. It's to be expected. We're at the very end of the generation. There's nothing new, nothing big that they could do. There's no, well, frankly, no anything important that they could do when it comes to PlayStation 4. That's why I reckon it's pretty much just all smaller stuff. It's just to kind of keep, I won't say the hype going, but it's to keep the brand awareness going. It's to keep, oh, PlayStation are having a State of Play, they're having this digital event, they're going to have this, that, and the other. There's not going to be anything super major in here, if you ask me. Oh, I heard something about that, actually, that the new Call of Duty reveal might happen in Warzone. I don't know how that works. Is that like the way they show new stuff off in Fortnite and all? Like, I don't know, it's weird, but hey, it's this modern digital kiddie age that I just don't understand. Who is these people? Need to stop texting me right as I start streaming. Also, Sony's time is off, where they say, yeah, it's going to start at 9 p.m. BST. Here we are at 9 p.m. BST, and it's not going to start for another minute and 13 seconds. But that's basically it. It would be nice if they showed off some other small unannounced remaster that we don't know about yet, or remake or something like that. Remember when they did Medieval? Maybe they announced Medieval 2 or some other PlayStation 1 era thing. Who knows, maybe we'll get an Ape Escape remake. But again, that wouldn't even make sense because that is a first party Sony stuff. See? Like I was going to go with Legend of Dragoon, but again, first party Sony stuff. There's pretty much not much we can see in here that's going to be important. I almost didn't do this because I'm expecting something negligible from it. But anyway, it's going to kill about 45 minutes to an hour that I should have spent playing Persona 4 Golden. And I can guarantee you, once we get to the end of it, I will rue the fact that I did not spend this time playing Persona 4 Golden. An unlabeled event from the middle of this. Okay, okay. I don't keep up with the Call of Duty stuff, as they say. Wow, that just jumped straight into it, didn't it? As always, we have our metric. If this show is any good, well, the future will be so bright, we might have to wear shades. I got an email about this earlier with this exact design. And it was telling me about the future of PlayStation or the future of gaming or something like that. The future of Sony. Yeah, here's Crash.
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob, and I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Crash 4 is a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains, Neo Cortex and Dr. Entropy, have finally escaped their interdimensional prison.
It's nice that
leaving an
it
evil
looks to be
scientist-sized
actually
hole in
60
the universe.
FPS.
Now they've got their eyes set on not only simply conquering
Yeah,
this
Tommy,
dimension,
you're pretty much
but
right,
all
but
dimensions.
just for the sake of
And
it,
it's
I'm
up to
just
Crash and Coco to save the day.
I'm just putting it out there.
Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade. So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans, as well as new players, to this amazing franchise. First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense, precise, and perspective-shifting platforming that we all fell in love with. And then, we wanted to introduce exciting new elements that we can't wait to show you today. Let's start with Insanity Beach. This is where Crash's adventure first started, and where we pick things up again in Crash 4. But there have definitely been changes since we first saw Insanity Beach all those years ago.
The game looks
Throughout
decent.
Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration from not just the original games, but the animated cartoons that inspired those original games, all while also delivering bigger, more awe-inspiring dimensions to explore.
So I will
Throughout
say
Crash
this.
4, you'll see wide-open new vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that also comes new additions to the platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zip line as well.
If he ever stops talking.
In the
Okay.
original trilogy,
When it comes to
specifically
this,
Crash Warped, there were certain moments
I
in the
will
game where Crash would change outfits.
probably play it
Crash wearing a biker jacket when riding a
eventually
motorcycle.
when it comes to
That
PC.
seemed like a natural area for us to expand upon. So we have loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game. These skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game.
Oh, is
And just to
this
be
the
clear, there's
microtransaction?
no MTX here.
No, no
Skins are earned by
microtransactions.
completing
He
different
cut me
challenges
off.
and earning gems within levels.
He got me.
Crash 4 also introduces the Quantum Masks, the powerful protectors of time and space. Crash and Coco will need their assistance throughout the
Protectors?
game
Time and
to tackle
space.
the crazy challenges that we're going to be throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity at the press of a button,
It's trying to be
Cool Wand
Cuphead.
allows you to slow down the world around you, or Lonnie Lowly, who allows you to phase shift elements in and out of existence. Bending the rules of reality and altering your environment with these new masks is a must. We also can't wait to talk to you about the fourth mask, Akano, but that's gonna have to wait for another day.
Yeah,
What
that-
we can tell you today, though,
That's what I'm
is that
expecting,
Crash
Tommy.
isn't the only character you get to take control of during this adventure. For
Yeah, you can
starters,
get Neo
you can play the
Cortex.
entire game as Coco. Any level that you can play as Crash, you can also play as Coco. It was also very important for us that she take a more prominent role in the story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives and new gameplay.
Like
Here
Neo
you can see
Cortex.
that you'll be taking control of Neo Cortex.
See?
He's
It's
all
already
about
been
using his
leaked.
blaster to change an enemy in his path. In addition to playing as Cortex, we're excited to reveal that for the first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as Dingo Dial. I repeat, you get to play as Dingo Dial in Crash 4.
Oh boy.
And a lot has changed
Dingo
in the years
Dial.
since we last saw Dingo Dial. In fact, he hung up his old
Said
flamethrower
no one
rocket
ever.
launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension. Finally, there's one more surprise
This
I'm
looks-
incredibly
this looks
excited
kinda
to show you
cool.
today. The Crash Bandicoot series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets. Well, for Crash 4, we wanted to bring something brand new to the table. So we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode. It's our souped up, bump-a-berry fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspective shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience.
Did he say Bumpa Berry?
Could be
Because
asking you
it's
to
clearly
traverse through a
different.
neon wasteland,
And they're
while
not
another
Wumpa
tasks
Berries.
players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward.
That kind of looks cool though.
We've even
It
got
gives
one
me a
that feels like an
real
old-timey movie with the
Steamboat
overcranked
Willie
camera
vibe.
speed, increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well. Once unlocked, players can replay all the game's levels with a totally new and dynamic look and feel. It's an incredibly fun feature that is going to give every player, especially the completionists out there, a reason to revisit each level again to see what new and exciting experience is in store for them.
It's probably not the kind of thing I'd go
So
for.
that's some of the new stuff that we have in store for you.
I'd
in
try
Crash
it.
Bandicoot 4,
Just to see
It's
what the
About
difference
Time.
is.
Experience the space and time-bending madness on October 2nd.
Yeah, see, it's out on PS4 and Xbox One on October 2nd. I'll pick it up on PC when it eventually comes
Today's
out.
State of Play is loaded with third-party
In a sale.
updates for PS4 and PSVR, and some new PS5 gameplay too.
See? PS4,
We open the
PS5,
show
and
with
VR.
an all-new look at Crash 4.
But it's all
About
third-party
Time,
stuff.
coming to PlayStation 4 on October 2nd. Now let's keep the party going with the latest from IO Interactive.
I forgot they announced the new Hitman. I didn't get into the reboot of Hitman though. It didn't really do it for me. I will admit I didn't. Well, I guess depending on which one.
You should mingle.
I was going to say technically I didn't
don't
play
worry
it.
about that. My art speaks for itself. Well, I have to go. I'll call you when I get back to my
Oh god, is this what PSVR games look like? Or is this just representative? You'll have to go all John Wick in first person with the... Although I will admit, that would be cool, sneaking up behind someone with the Rift controllers and just go around her neck and just choke the shit out of him. To quote John Witherspoon, I grab him, I choke him, I kick the shit out of him, stick my foot up his ass. I watched Friday again the other day, so... No, I wasn't paying attention. I think that said not PlayStation gameplay. Or not actual gameplay. So it's clearly just a CG trailer, I suppose, but... It's probably some new indie game. Oh, maybe it's that one that's set in like a little room or a couple of different places over the same 5 minutes that you rewind again and again and again. I think I remember that actually. We were talking about new ways to play when it comes to VR. Because I remember we were talking about just everything felt waggle, waggle, waggle. Is this that game Braid? Oh, it is. Braid Anniversary Edition. Okay.
We are happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition. It's the classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern, high resolutions.
Many areas have been re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game. There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance
9
the
pixels.
mood, and
So,
many hours of
I'm
developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and
if you
visual
go
art.
by
We
standard
plan to make it
numbers,
the
then
most
that's the
detailed
original in
commentary in any
720p
game ever.
and the
So
new
if
one
you
in
want to learn how video
4K.
games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
Because
Hope you'll enjoy the game
that's how it's
when it
9
comes
times
out
the pixel.
early next year.
Oh, PS5.
Pathless is a mythic adventure set on a mystical island.
I think they
Let's
showed
take
us
a
this
quick
last
tour
time,
in
didn't
this
they?
new footage captured from PS5.
Hi everyone, this is Matt Nava from Giant Squid. I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
The
I'm pretty
Pathless
sure I
is an
remember
open-world,
making fun of
mythic
this
adventure
last
game
time.
set in a vast forest. You play as the Hunter. The Hunter is a master of archery.
Yeah,
She
proper
can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound
Oh.
across the landscape.
proper gyro aiming is the key for VR. None of this Nintendo Switch
Fluid,
crap.
dynamic movement
but
is at the core of the Pathless.
Proper VR is
So
where
the
it's
game's
at.
unique take on archery
Super
is all
hot
about
VR?
timing,
Hell yeah.
not aiming down sights. This design was critical to making it possible
Robo
to shoot
Recall.
even while moving fast and performing acrobatic maneuvers. You instantly feel as skilled as the Hunter herself.
This almost looks like one of those endless runner games, but in PS5.
With help from the eagle, you can even fly. The bond between the Hunter and the eagle is central in the Pathless. You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping.
I know I said it last time in the PS5. I guess it wasn't state of play, but the PS5 reveal thing.
Make sure you pet the eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
But you really want to highlight your strengths when it comes to launching a new next generation console.
You'll find secrets all over the island, if you know where to look.
And not an indie game that looks like it could be on PS4.
Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the eagle's ability to flap. You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily look like a bad game, it just doesn't do it for me.
The Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open world games, there's no map. Instead, the Hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks. It even shows you where you've been. Getting to higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
You gotta love these games. They've got no map, they've got no waypoint
Giant
system,
cursed spirits,
except for this
the source
waypoint
of the
system we
darkness,
have.
will pose a constant threat to you on your quest. They will try to separate you from the eagle.
So you have to figure out how to kill bosses and stuff without your eagle's abilities.
Stay still in the light to avoid detection. You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks.
It's Assassin's Creed. Free this section, and then you can, or you must scout the section, and then you can do all the quests within.
When the obelisks are restored, the cursed spirits will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
This whole thing is giving me a little bit of Breath of the Wild vibes. When they were standing on the high ledge and using the vision, and it looked over everywhere, gave me some Breath of the Wild stuff. And then again, when you see the big thing like this, and they're chasing the big dramatic Breath of the Wild. Who knows, maybe this will actually have a story, unlike Breath of the Wild. Oh, we might also see some Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD, which I would be very happy to see. Because that's coming to PS4.
The hunter and eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of The Pathless. We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore and discover. The Pathless is coming out later this year. Thanks for watching.
See, it's... I realize it's an art style and aesthetic choice that they're doing, but it's very hard to forgive the world, if you will, because if you played Shadow of the Colossus remake on PS4, I mean, that's an open world. That's a good-looking open world.
Next up, let's see what's in store for Spelunky 2.
Yeah, I think
Hi, my name is Derek Yu, and I'm the creator of Spelunky.
I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to
Spelunky
be
2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got
not
old
as
fans
open.
excited
I think it's going to be a little
and
bit
also brought in
tighter.
new players.
and because of that, they can put in a
It was
story.
important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place. So many people became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet.
What?
That's one reason why we're
What's
adding
one of the
online
unique
multiplayer,
reasons that
so that more people can play the game together.
gives this?
And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family. I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full. Players will be able to explore and interact with it in lots of new ways. For example, you'll be able to ride turkeys.
Not my kind of game, but
And find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves. As a result, the stories players create will have much more texture to them.
speaking of Breath of the Wild 2,
Even after many, many hours of playing, I still have interesting runs that don't even go past the first area. In Spelunky 1, runs often centered around the shops and how you chose to interact with them. So in Spelunky 2, we've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting. And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you. Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great thing about Spelunky is that the deepest secrets are the ones that even I don't know about. And there are lots of new things to play with.
I don't
that
know
hope
if you
players
could
can
call
use
it
to push
Majora's
past
Mask
the
levels of
boundaries
shaking
what
things
we,
up, but
as the developers know about the game.
it's more so
I have two types of favorite stories from Spelunky
what
fans.
they have.
First are when people are
Hang on.
genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game. And second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family.
More so
in
that they
multiplayer.
fixed their mistake.
These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2.
Something that they didn't
They really were guided
foresee
by
on their
design
first one.
choices. After releasing Spelunky, I knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world. Knowing that possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover it. A big thanks to the fans who've waited patiently for us to finish Spelunky 2. It's been a long journey, but I think it's going to be worth it. Thanks.
Uses the Force. Well, don't forget, Link had an iPad, so. What am I pressing for my sounds? I have an Elgato Stream Deck. I have a bunch of stream commands on here. I've got a bunch of sound effects and such and such.
Don't have time to play
We've got
with
a bunch of
myself.
new PS4 updates to share with you, starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Genshin?
Quinn's a superstar.
Hey, there's something strange over there.
It's Weeb game
Come
time.
on, let's take a look.
Speaking of Breath of the Wild, we have a knockoff by the looks of it. I need to adjust the volume on that one. That's really low.
I summon thee.
Yeah, the Stream Deck is pretty beast. I'm really happy with it. I don't use it as much as I should, because sometimes I forget I have it. I forget I have it when I'm playing games, but then when I'm doing stuff like this, I can just get some really good stuff. After all, now that everyone can just see me here, I even have my own theme song.
I deal in death.
Which you probably can't hear over this.
Speak my name.
Speak my name?
Jesus! What is this disturbance to which I awaken?
Yes, that other one was Austin Powers.
Think you can get away? Time for takeoff.
I think I heard Troy Baker. Coming this autumn to PlayStation 4 and...
Glorious PC Gaming Master Race.
I claim your mind for the Void Armada. Gods have squealed for my mercies.
I don't know what this
Who
is.
are you to stand in the way of my vengeance?
This looks like the new game, or it looks like it will be the new game made by the guys who made Castle Crashers.
What a waste of stardust.
Or Streets of Rage 4.
Go all out or go home, Emperor.
No, I think it might be more of a one-on-one fighter than anything else. It's stylized AF though, I will say that.
I'm not done yet.
You should have remained dead.
Oh lord. Sometimes I have too much fun with this. This looks strange. You know, now that I think about it, we can celebrate.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Is this something to do with Transistor? That sword looks like Transistor. I've never played Transistor, but I know everyone goes mad for it. Well, Paul, I am a comedic genius, and my timing is impeccable. We both know that.
It's time to talk Bug Snacks. Let's check out some gameplay footage captured from PS5.
I missed it.
My invitation is open.
They were talking about
Come
weeb games
join
and
me on
anime
the
girls.
island.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a two-bit con artist. Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense. I swear, if you chase this Bug Snack story, you're out of a job!
You're the journalist! Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a Bug Snack right over there.
That sounds like...
Favor and take my snack trap.
That sounds like Yuri Lowenthal.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup. Use it to lead the bunger over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite bug snack is. feed it to me.
It's Pokemon Snap, lads.
Proud doing. He misses Papa. Oh, of course he does. Well, I have a few prototype traps that I could put to use.
This is the power of PS5. Right here.
You're pretty good at stuff, and nobody hates you yet. You can catch bug snacks and bring everybody back to Snacksburg.
Wait, PS5. There we go.
Well, say you do find these bug snacks and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Fall off a cliff. Wait for it. Wait for it. PS5,
There's a lot
lads.
more in store. Let's start with an update on an eagerly awaited PlayStation VR game.
A Vader VR game. I do see a lot of the Bug Snacks tweets. They are pretty funny. I will say though, at the same time,
You must stop Vader.
the Sony fanboys basically have their own version of it. There's about 10 different games using the same art style and all the crap that the Sony fanboys always tweet back when they talk about next gen. Grounded, next gen. Halo Infinite, next gen. I played a Star Wars VR game, maybe it was just a tech demo, a few years ago on a HTC Vive. You're just kind of standing out in, I think you're on Tatooine at night, and there's like a
whatever you do,
360 encompass you.
stay in the light.
Oh, it's the Alan. I hear Alan Wake. Oh, this is Control DLC, or maybe Control Remaster. Next gen version, lads. I could tell because that was Alan Wake. I forgot I played Control. It was okay. Kind of. A little bit basic and generic. Oh, there's some Alan Wake stuff right there though. I was all over that part. Alan Wake. Oh well, this new next gen is thoroughly disappointing. I mean, pretty much all the other generations have been like this in a way, but now, moving forward, everyone has a Twitter account, everyone has a YouTube channel, everyone streams on Twitch, everyone streams on YouTube, everyone streams on Mixer until it died. Well, no one streamed on Mixer, to be fair. But the point is that now everyone is easier to have an opinion publicly. So, it seems like there's more of it out there. What is this? This looks like a fucking free-to-play game on a phone. But apparently it's auto chess on PS4. I think they showed us this game before. Yeah, I think they did. I remember thinking it was a cool idea. Oh no, maybe it's not the same game. Or maybe it is, they're just showing off more mechanics now. Do you know what this game reminds me of actually? With its visual style? N+. N+ was fun. I remember me and one of my friends used to play that a lot. Trying to get through it. We had it on the Xbox 360. PS4 in the game.
Oh, that is so gnarly.
Coming to PS4 in 2021 after the PS5 is out. Then again, it will be backwards compatible.
Now let's take a look at 2 new games headed to PS5.
Here we go.
We are the forest shadows. Ghosts.
Call of Duty.
Silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Kept you waiting, huh?
They count, ration, manipulate. They've taken everything from those they claim to protect. Authority and steel.
No, this must be something brand new.
We aren't an invading army. We are wraiths. We bypass defenses and strike at the heart.
Just gotta point out the obvious here, but I know it is a third-party game. It must be a fairly small studio.
Back what was stolen.
Oh no,
People call us heroes.
it was Sumo Digital though, wasn't it?
To others, we are rivals.
Oh, it's like a multiplayer version of the game, I guess. Because that's probably another team or another set of people playing it. It's a new 4-on-4, 4v4 versus enemies.
All outlaws. But some of us will become legends.
PS5. Yeah, that's not the Sumo Newcastle, I guess. That's Oh, I didn't know Temtem was coming to consoles. If you're not familiar with what Temtem is, this is actually it's been on PC for a few, well, geez, probably close to a year now, I think. It's basically Pokemon. It's designed to be a Pokemon clone, because obviously Pokemon is stuck on Nintendo. I don't know if it's any good. I've heard plenty of good stuff about it, but I haven't played it myself. And completely off topic, but Horizon Zero Dawn is out on PC tomorrow. I have it preloaded. Unfortunately, I hear it's a shite
Let's
port.
take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5 gameplay for this melee-focused action epic launching this holiday.
Oh, this is the Gearbox game. I love how they say new gameplay and they show off 7 seconds in 1 second. Or 7 scenes in 1 second. Okay,
Hello.
okay.
My name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall.
I'm eating my
On
own
behalf
words
of
now. They're
Counterplay
showing the
Games,
proper stuff.
We are very excited to share gameplay with you today and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of Godfall. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product as we continue to learn and harness the power of Sony's next-generation console. Please enjoy.
This is what I think of this game.
So let's jump right into what Godfall is.
Sweet Clyde
Godfall
knows.
is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment combat, and robust loot progression systems.
I think they're trying to
you can enjoy
factor
the game
in
at your own pace, playing alone,
the Borderlands
or through
style stuff
online
because
co-op
Gearbox.
with up to 2 additional teammates. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. Godfall is a complete package. all loot and gear in the game are acquired or unlocked through gameplay. There are no microtransactions.
It's filled
no waiting for content.
with a new
it's
world
all in the game on
full
day
of
one.
mythical enemies, vast amounts of
Adventure,
treasure,
you'll get to tear through
and
enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top. You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat.
nice frame rate though.
Throughout your journey, you'll find
You're a development
ancient
kid.
valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now
So
let's talk
it's-
about gameplay in Godfall.
It looks like they're not going to be so
First,
much different.
Our team wanted to do
builds
something different.
per
We
different
wanted to combine action
god
RPG
plays,
loot progression with third-person melee combat to
but maybe
create
it just
what we
gives
think is a
different
looter slasher.
overall abilities.
Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven.
Or it could
In other
be
words,
different elements.
Not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment or mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective,
That reminds me of Batman.
melee combat in Godfall is intended to be
Not-
fluid,
not the
dynamic,
game.
and interactive, embracing offense over defense.
But just when you
More often than
master
not,
all
you'll
your
be facing
gadgets
multiple enemies
and
at the
combat
same time.
in
As a result,
the Batman
you should
games,
always be moving and closing the gap on enemies.
beautiful.
Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive. Now that you're familiar with the combat philosophy, let's dig into the weapons themselves. In Godfall, there are 5 weapon classes: the longsword,
The short sword?
the dual blades,
Oh, that was close.
the polearm,
The hammer? The warhammer.
the two-handed warhammer,
Yes!
and the two-handed greatsword. Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and playstyles, ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play.
That's a big
As you
sword.
defeat enemies in your adventures,
huge
you will
bitch!
acquire numerous weapons. For each weapon category, each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits. At a later date, we will delve into the weapon classes and how to modify them in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the dual blades and the longsword weapon classes.
Maybe don't
The dual
give
blades
away
are the
all the
fastest
details.
weapon
Maybe
class in Godfall,
allow people
embodying
to
speed, fluidity,
wait for the
and
game to
mobility.
come out
The dual
before they
blades
can
are exceptional
learn
against
it.
soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The dual blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo. So what are the signature moves for the dual blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate Inner Focus, which is unique to the dual blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy,
Get
pulling the
over
enemy
here.
towards you, like pulling a cable.
Unfortunately,
Now
that's
let's switch
something
to
I
the
need to put on the
longsword weapon
soundboard actually.
class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then
That
there's
one's kinda
Spiral
cool.
Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path.
It's
Notice
the
there's a
weeb
white
samurai
flash
move.
after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack. You can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike.
I don't want to say
Shield is great, not just for defense,
that this is the
but also
Gearbox
offense.
take on
You
Dark
can
Souls.
aim
I don't
and
think that's
throw your
right.
shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets. If
But
you tap the shield button just as you catch your shield, you can perform a powerful wave
it
attack.
feels like they are taking some inspiration from
You
it.
can
at least.
double tap the shield button to petrify enemies.
You
And
catch
of
quite a
course,
frame rate as
you
well
can
by the looks of
perform
it.
an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
What?
Kick his ass, Seabass!
Will you beat the boss with the even bigger Warhammer? Oh, this guy playing sucks. Boss drops him. Is he knocking? I thought he was gonna hit it like a baseball or something at him. I was gonna say like a hurl and a shitter, but no one will get those references. Paul, you might. Oh, phase transition.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5. We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season. We hope that you will join our Godfall community on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that Godfall would be available on PS5 and PC at launch. I'm not interested in a game myself, but just so you guys out there don't have to settle for a lowly PlayStation
That's
5
a wrap.
version.
We hope you enjoyed this peek into
Oh, that's
the
it.
future of PlayStation. See you next time.
Well, that was something. Play has no limits, apparently. Well, that was that. It's safe to say, the shades, enough said. They remain sheeted. There's no need to brandish them for the future just yet. In fact, probably the only announcement this year that has required the shades was the PC gaming show when they announced Persona 4 Golden on PC. It's probably mic drop moment. Probably it's just beautiful. Let me get this one off. But they get broken in two again. They metaphorically get broken into. Remember, they're expensive Ray-Bans. They don't physically get broken into, but metaphorically. So overall, as I expected, this show was pretty much a bit of a disaster. I only decided to do it basically on a whim yesterday. I wasn't really going to do this at all. I mostly don't like streaming the state of plays because frankly they're just usually garbage. I'm the only two off the top of my head that I remember doing on purpose or planning to do anyway was the very first one when they did it. I think I did that one. Maybe I didn't. There was one of the earlier ones. I think it was the first one, maybe the second one that I skipped. And then Paul, I think it was yourself that came into my chat and afterwards and told me about what was in it, and I was very, very happy that I didn't do it. And then, of course, there was the one at the end of last year where they went over the Last of Us 2 release date, its first initial release date anyway. Boy, that didn't age well, did it? But, yeah, there wasn't really much to expect from this because it primarily was PS4 and PSVR stuff. They did say that there would be a small bit of PS5 stuff in there as well, as there was. It was all third-party stuff, as we know, so there wasn't really going to be any real, true mic drop bombshell bangers in there. But I mean, I'm sure there was something for most people, even if it was just one game. Even if you're that guy out there who can't wait to play Hitman in VR and just strangle the shit out of everyone, where you're in your room with your controllers and strangling people with piano wire. Suddenly someone actually walks into your room and you're choking them in real life, and it's like, wow, this is so immersive, and then suddenly someone's dead on the ground. But yeah, I mean, who knows? You could be that guy holding out for Knack 3. You could be Bug Snacks, could be filling that gap. You could be harping on about Crash 4, or you could be playing one of the millions of indie games that look like they could be on PS4, but they're going to be PS5 headliners for some reason. Yikes. But let's see, at least my rage is non-existent. PlayStation said exactly what was supposed. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm not mad at this show. I'm not upset at this show. I can't even say I went in with zero expectations, because I just went in. I didn't even go, because if you go in with zero expectations, it feels like you're saying, "Oh well, I'm expecting this to be bad." This was just a show. This was going to be a show. It was primarily PS4 stuff and PSVR stuff and third party PlayStation 5 stuff. We knew it wasn't going to be anything. I said it at the start of this one. It really feels like they just put out another quick 1 hour video show, whatever it is, to just say, hey, we are PlayStation and Microsoft is doing all this other stuff. We're around too. And sure, we're not giving all this massive torrent of info, and we're not giving out all these questionable stuff like Microsoft is every second day, and backtracking on everything we say and showing off these terrible looking next gen games, although Sony are opting for 30 FPS. But you see my point. It's just, it's more of a business as usual. It's oh well, we'll press this button because we have to let everyone know that we're still here. But that's pretty much it. It killed an hour. Let me see the time. It killed roughly about an hour anyway. And like I said right at the start of the show, I currently rue the fact that I streamed this and that I had not put that 1 hour into Persona 4 Golden. Because I was playing Persona 4 Golden before this, for like an hour before this one started. And then I had to come off and stream this. And now I'm going back to Persona 4 Golden right after this because, well, it's quality games deserve to be played, and it's pretty much all I can play at the moment. I'm just still in that funk that only Persona 4 P4G can fill. Anyway, that's it. I am currently 100% perfectly whelmed at this show, because it was certainly a show. It was not a good show, it was not a bad show, it was a show. But we'll see. There's rumored to be a Microsoft one coming at some point later this month. There's also rumored to be a Nintendo one potentially at some time this month. But then again, they say there's a Nintendo Direct every month, and eventually they will be right when they say that. But that's a whole other story. Maybe I'll stream the other ones. Maybe I'll stream the Microsoft one if they do one. Haha, do, am I right? Maybe I'll stream the Nintendo one if that ever happens. But we'll see how it goes. I just want this next generation to hurry up and launch so everyone will shut the fuck up about it. I have my boy on Discord telling me almost daily, pasting these amazing screenshots and amazing big galaxy brain PlayStation 5 stuff. Some of them is Xbox stuff, but it's mostly from PS5 stuff, where the PS5 guys just don't understand technology and they just say the stupidest stuff. And I get hearty chuckles out of it. Haughty laughs of derision, if you will. But as soon as it all launches and Microsoft is exposed and Sony is exposed, everyone will just all shut up. And I can go back to enjoying the internet slightly more. Because let's face it, most of the internet is hell. But that remains for another topic. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me. Tommy, Kai, Paul, anyone else who dipping in as always. In the meantime, I can just round this out as we do as always. Thank you for hanging out, shooting the shit with me. Hopefully something in here tickled your pickle, even if it was me. That will be a little bit weird. But whatever floats your boat. Maybe you're big into Godfall. Maybe you're bug snacksing it up. I don't even know. Hopefully you are not as whelmed as I am, and you are overwhelmed, underwhelmed, some type of enjoyment anyway. Well, I'll see you all next time, whatever it is. Video, stream, something else, whoever, whenever, whatever, what it is. Peace out, everyone. I'll see you next time. Probably Microsoft's one at the end of the month, to be honest. But anyway, let's end it off. What have I got? What have I got? I'm gonna have to. I don't have my headphones on. Let's see.
I hate these fucking people. I hate these people so much.
Not you guys. I'm talking about Sony, Microsoft, and all the fanboys out there.